Hello students, today let us learn about helicanes. The definition: helicanes are polycyclic aromatic molecules with non-planar screw-shaped helical skeletons formed by N-orthofused benzene or other aromatic nuclei. Their helical structure is a consequence of the steric repulsion of the terminal aromatic nuclei. So why does helicane structure is obtained by these polycyclic benzene is because we know that benzene is highly bulky group and it is having a molecular formula of C6H6, and because of this high crowding among them, this is the reason why they are adapt the helicane structure or the helix structure. So based on this helix structure and based on the rotation, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise, it has been given the configuration as P and M. So to release the steric strain, they adopt either the P, that is also called as the plus, or M, that is called as the minus helix configuration. So now let us see the structure of the helicane. So this is how a helicane structure is going to be. That is, this helix can also be observed in the DNA strand. So wherein if the helix is right-handed, then it is called as the P, that is a plus helix, and if the helix is left-handed, then it is called as M, or also called as a minus helix. So this is how the helix structure look like. So now here we can see that the M and the P both are mirror images of one another, and hence this is a chiral object. So helix is a chiral object, that is helices are chiral objects. Now this is the structure of an helix. Here there is a benzene, there's a fused benzenes that we can see here, and they are all ortho linked. So every benzene is attached to another benzene in the ortho position, and based on the number of benzene or these structures, the name helix is being given. That is, if it is made up of comprising of 5 benzene rings, it is called as a 5 helices. Then if it is 6 benzene, then it is called the 6 helices. So that's how the nomenclature has been done. So now in this structure itself, we can see that these helices, they are highly strained molecule, and there should be some way how they are going to gain the stability. So how they are going to gain the stability is when the terminal carbons, that is 1 and the 6, they acquire one of them acquires above the plane structure, and their place above the plane, and the other benzene is below the plane. So in such a way the helices is going to be created, and this structure of helices itself is going to make it chiral, because if we see that there are, in this example, there are 7 benzene rings. So it is a nomenclature having the 7 helices, but they are all supposed to be planar except the terminals, that is except the first benzene and the last benzene, only they are not planar. Okay, so because of this non-planarity in them, that is, one of the benzene stays above the plane and the other benzene stays below the plane. So because of this arrangement, they become a chiral object. Otherwise, we see they're all planar, but the presence of these 2 benzene, which is above and below the plane, make it a chiral object. Now, how to assign the P and M? So the P and M is assigned in such a way that the movement of the benzene rings is from front to the rear. So if the helices moves from front to rear, and if it is moving in the clockwise, then it is called P, and if the movement of the helices is again front to rear but in the anti-clockwise, then it becomes the M, that is a minus. So here we can observe in this example very clearly that, see, we are first going to make a note of the benzenes which are on the plane and the benzenes which are below and above. So here if I start numbering it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is an example of a 6 helices. So here what exactly is happening is since these are highly crowded molecules and they are very bulky groups which are interlinked and they are fused at the ortho position, so all the benzenes cannot be planar. So here, which are the benzenes which are the benzene rings which are planar? 2, 3, 4, and 5 are planar, whereas the benzene ring 1 and the benzene 6, so they are non-planar. That is, one we see here, it is wedge. They've shown in the dark line, so it stays above the plane of paper or above the plane, and 6 is like lightly shaded, and this benzene ring stays below the plane. So this is how the helices is, or they acquire this structure, and this makes them stable. And this is the main reason for the chirality in the helices. Wherein we know that for chirality, they should either have a stereogenic center or a stereoaxis, or they can also have a planar chirality. So in this example, the helices, they acquire a chiral axis. So this is having a chiral axis, and hence it is going to be a chiral object. And we see here the M and the P, so they are mirror images of one another, and hence they form a pair of an enantiomers. And now how do we see the movement of this, whether it is the clockwise or anti-clockwise, and how we give the nomenclature, or how we are assigning the configuration P or M. So here we see that we are only talking about the movement of that is the clockwise rotation from front to rear. Okay, so here, so the benzene 6 is below the plane and benzene 1 is above the plane. Now if the benzene 6, that is, it is, just imagine they are moving from the front to rear. So this becomes the front benzene. It becomes a front benzene, and this becomes the rear. Okay, so the movement of the benzene rings is from front to rear. That is, it is going from clockwise. So we see the 6 is moving along a circular path, and they are moving from the front to the rear carbon. That is a rear end. So that is why it is going, we are going to give it the plus configuration. That is a P plus configuration. Now coming to the other configuration, that is M. So if the, again here also we are talking about the front to rear, and whereas here we are just seeing it is moving in the anti-clockwise. That is, again the carbon number 6 moves in the anti-clockwise from again the front to rear, and this movement is happening in the reverse direction, or what we call it in the anti-clockwise way path. So that's why it is named, the configuration is given as M, that is the or minus, M or minus, P or plus. So this is how we assign the configuration for helices. We do not consider the usual conventional methods of RNS configuration, but here we are going to consider the M and P configuration. That is, the P stands for right-handedness. So if this movement is like right-handed, is moving the clockwise right-handed, so we call it as the P or plus configuration. And if the configuration, or if the helices is moving in the anti-clockwise rotation, having an anti-clockwise rotation again from the front to the rear in an anti-clockwise fashion, then we call it as the M or minus configuration. Now let us look at some of the examples also, how we can assign them P and M. So just by looking at this structure, we can understand whether it is P or M, but there is also another way how we can number it and we can assign the P and M. So whenever, remember students, whenever you're numbering in an helices, we should always start from the wedge. So here the darkened line here that you see here, darkened part, that is a wedge. So wedge is always above the plane, and the rest, there is a terminal or the other carbon atom or the 6 carbon atom, that will always be below the plane. So that is why we are going to start numbering from the wedge, which is above the plane. So we give it as 1, 2, 3. It is moving in the clockwise direction. We see here, that is the movement of this helices is from front to rear in a clockwise rotation, and hence it is, we are going to give it as a P helices or the P configuration. And this is a nomenclature having a 3 helicene because it is having the 3 benzene rings which are fused at the ortho position. Now coming to another example, that is which you can see on the right side of the screen. So here again, let's start numbering from the wedge. So we see that 1, 2, 3, 4 is having the anti-clockwise, and this is going to have the rotation of the helices anti-clockwise, so hence it is going to give rise to the M. So this can also be viewed in a normal way, how we observe that the below the plane benzenes are going in one direction. So here if you say this part of the benzene is placed below the plane, right, and they start rotating, so their rotation is like this, that is in the clockwise rotation, and hence they are given the P. Whereas when you talk about the right side structure, this part, that's the number which is number 4, carbon number 4. So that is that is placed below the plane, and it moves in the anti-clockwise rotation, and hence whichever way, that is the helix either moves the right-handed or left-handed, and this is having the left-handed, so hence it becomes M, whereas this is having right-handed, it becomes P. Similarly, when you look at these two structures also, we can assign it in the same way. So the benzene ring which I have circled now, that is placed below, and since it is having a movement from the right side, right-handed, and it is moving the clockwise right-handed, so becomes the P. And the another last example, which is which you can see bottom right on the screen, and in this again we see the benzene which I have circled now, that is below the plane, and that movement we can see it is going front to rear in the anti-clockwise rotation, and hence we can name it as M. So wherever the benzene ring which is below the plane, so that is going to have like it's going to move in a circular path which is going to have a particular rotation, angle of rotation. And if this angle of rotation is clockwise going on the right handed, it is now configured as P or plus. And if the rotation is going the anti-clockwise from front to rear in such a way that it is going to have the left-handed helix, then it is going to be named as M helix or M minus helix. Okay, thank you very much, students.